1, we let him go, hike up. Probably be found in less than an hour. 2, we tie him up, hike out, roll the dice. They'll probably be eaten by wolves or freeze to death. 3, we terminate the compromise.
We cannot do that.
That is a clip from the new blockbuster film Lone Survivor, which tells the story of a 2005 Navy SEAL covert mission in Afghanistan. The scene you just saw shows Mark Wahlberg portraying Navy SEAL Marcus Lutrrell and recounts the fateful decision that led to the firefight of their lives. The real lone survivor and former Navy SEAL Marcus Lutrrell joins me now. Thank you so much for being here, sir, and thank you for your service. And so
yes,
this movie has gotten an incredible response. We talked yesterday about a theater in Texas that had to close down the other movies. They didn't show Wolf of Wall Street and the other films they had planned on showing because the demand to see Lone Survivor was so big. What do you make of the reaction to the film?
Well, that was my hometown, so yeah, hometown support. But it's great. No, it's amazing. I never in a million years would have thought that it would have resonated through the American public like it did, but obviously I'm honored that it has.
You know, there's been obviously some pushback, some on the left. We talked about an Atlantic magazine article. It talked about how they view this as propaganda. They didn't like the way the Taliban were portrayed in the film. And we've heard a little bit of that chorus going on in the national media. Your thoughts on it?
I don't really have any thoughts on it at all, tell you the truth. We were talking, someone told me something about pro-war, and I sat and thought about it for a while, and I don't even know if that's, is that a real term? Because there's nothing glorious about war. I mean, there's nothing glorious about holding your friends in your arms and watching them die. There's nothing glorious about having to leave your home for 6 to 8 months and while your family's back here and you're away. Bottom line is that there's bad people everywhere, and every now and again we're going to have to step to them to make sure that we preserve our way of life. And it's people like my teammates and I that have to do that, and the men and women in the military. But there's nothing glorious about it. There's nothing pro-war. I mean, nobody wants war. It's the most horrible thing in the world. Mm-hmm. I think that it was, if anything about the movie or about the story, it's that you go and you watch it and it's about the brotherhood. It's about the guys who are willing to die for each other no matter what. It's about the Afghani village that brought me in, and that there's good people everywhere. It tells a lot of stories, I think, but I don't see I don't even understand that term, actually. You know,
the 3 out of 4 of you died because those goat herders did go on and report your position. And that's a decision that you have to live with, and unfortunately, you know, things happen in war like that. When people walk away from this film and understand, you know, what went wrong that day, but the service and the commitment you guys have made to this country, the ones who actually, as you point out, have to do it, not like the rest of us who just cover it and talk about it, what do you want them to remember?
That's a tough question. It wasn't ever one of those situations where I was trying to throw something in somebody's face that I want you to say, hey, this is what you need to take away from this. That's not at all. I think that everybody goes in there and takes something different from it. I mean, we're somebody's sons, and we're fathers and husbands, and you know, we got friends everywhere, and we just have a job to do, and it's different than everybody else's. Sure, yeah, I mean, but it doesn't mean that we don't love what we do and that we do it to the best of our ability, no matter what the situation is. I mean, we swore an oath that we would do that, and I know sometimes things don't always go as planned and the way we want it to, but that's nobody's fault. That just happens. That's war.
Understood. Marcus, thank you for your service.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll be right back.